Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex Day trade setups for today. So Euro USD has come back down onto the level we were looking at yesterday, and that was pretty much this area here at 113.12 or 113 dead, and we have bounced off a little bit off there. And for me, it's either bottom of range or we are looking for a bit of a pullback for another move to the downside. So we do have a little bit of structure ahead of us, but it's not that clear. So let's just get down to the hour. So each one of these tails here is going to offer support, so resistance. Oh, that's the first area, 113.300. If you look at the oscillators at the moment, that looks like more than likely what's going to happen, and that should get us another move back to the downside. We start breaking through 113 dead, 11300. Then you definitely have a bigger move to the downside, and that basically means the bigger trend will continue, and the bigger trend is for dollar strength. So market's just looking for excuses at the moment to do something, and at the moment we are focused on Russia, Ukraine. So that's what is driving this right now. If we move across to US dollar Japanese yen, bit of a messy chart here. We've got lots of tails here. Buyers coming in off the 115.053 area, and nothing else that is standing out right now. If we look at the hour, you can see big down, big up. I suppose the key element here is we did get a higher high in the day. So it does look like a bit of a flag forming at the moment. Don't like the way the moving averages are looking at the moment. So yeah, for me, we want to... Okay guys, give me one sec. So what we're looking for is to see whether we can defend this area. So you can see we've already had a pretty strong move down this morning, and it looks like it's a flag. So it's a messy flag. It's not something that you want to put in a textbook or write home about, but that's what it looks like. And a break of that structure gives you a measured move of that. Okay, so basically coming back to test the highs here. My advice, quite honestly, would be just get down to the 15-minute. Just fine-tune this level on the 15-minute. There it is there. And what you're looking for is a break above the first high that you get. And right now we've got this pin bar high here. So break and retest of that. Pay attention to your moving averages as well. You want them crossing over and pointing up. And that will get you going. So definitely an opportunity for long there. Just pay close attention to it and don't rush into it. Moving on to the pound, British pound, Japanese yen. Buyers are definitely coming in here yesterday. Oscillators are lining up quite nicely. I'm just going to move this level that we looked at yesterday. That is our line in the sand. In actual fact, a little bit lower down, and you see most times, the tail that we break on the inside, the closest one, which is this one, is the one that typically ends up being the level. So you could argue that there's a lot more structure there. You can see there's a lot more support that was at that level, but it's too far in the past. So often you find is the first one is what they look for, and either one, both of them are correct. But if you want to try fine-tune your trading for minimal risk, that's kind of what you're looking for the exact point that they turn. At the moment, if you look left, it's really much sideways. So we need to break above this level that I gave you yesterday still. And we didn't find support there, so we obviously need to flip 156.500. We need to get above it, come back and test it, and then you've got a potential move to the upside. Just be wary of this trend line. So break, retest, that would be the first place to take profit. It'll come back, form a base, another opportunity to get in, anticipating a break of the trend line, which will be a little bit more violent. Lastly, moving on to the euro pound, and like clockwork, this one. It often looks like a big bottom, and then you jump into it, and only to be taken out again. So I suspect the bull's buying off this weekly support at the moment here. Is just scalping and nothing else. More than likely the bears that are buying off here and then getting back in higher up. for the trend, for the continuation of the downside. So we are through this bit of structure here, and we broke through that top level convincingly yesterday, which is that one there. If I come down to the hour and we start looking what we have here, you'll see nothing really much. One-way traffic yesterday, one-way traffic the day before, and at the moment we're going sideways. So either we reject this area here at 0.83621 and continue this trend to the downside. I think you'll probably be held up by 0.83253. So you're definitely looking for an opportunity here. If that fails, then probably find some support there, and then you're looking for the next area, and the next area is quite high up. It's all the way up here, and that's at 0.83929. And again, there is a diagonal trend line you need to pay attention to, which is up there. So that brings us all the way back to 0.84120. That one of those two levels would definitely interest me for another move to the downside, and a nice juicy one all the way down to 0.83253. So at the moment, same scenario. I think get on to 15 minutes during the European Open. Watch what happens. London breakout strategy will also work. In other words, the first 7 or 8 hour first 7 or 8 1 hour bars. That is your range. Break to the upside, then you've got a scalp moving up. I'd be wary of a scalp to the upside. Break the downside, you're looking for a continuation of the downside. This to me is just looking like a range, and that's typical of the Asian session. So sort of muck around here, come back down, just form a range, and then you're going to be looking for a break of that range, and more than likely that is the range in play. So break the upside. You've got some long scalps that you could potentially get, but I would be trailing a stop and get taking profit early. I'd rather be looking for a break to the downside for a short. That's the sure bet trade. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.